Welcome to Mobility Insider. I'm your host, Morten Handelsbo. So on this channel, we're not sponsored by anyone, and all the tests and conclusions I make are my opinion and my test results based on 35 years working in the automotive industry. Today we have this Tesla Model X dual motor. In 2012 it was presented by Elon Musk, and it made a roar in the business because it was presented with these very fancy Falcon wing doors. The autumn of 2015 the first models were launched and sent to customers. The Tesla is a large crossover SUV. It shares 30% of the components with the other large Tesla, the Model S, and they're both produced in California at the Tesla factory in Fremont. I think the design of the car doesn't make it look that big, but it is a big car. It's 505.7 centimeters in the length, and with mirrors it's 2 meters and 27 centimeters. So it is a large car, and for narrow parking spots, you may sometimes struggle with it. The top speed is 250 kilometers per hour. Tesla promises 3.90 to 100. I did a test in fast mode, but not the drag strip mode. 4.4 seconds was my test. It has approximately 685 horsepower, 504 kilowatt. So it is very powerful. It can also pull a trailer up to 2,300 kilos. So anything you would be expecting that your SUV should be able to do, the X will do it. And what impresses me when you drive it is that it drives really well on the motorway in town. It's quite easy to handle the car. And it can also go off-road. Now it is in the high setting for the suspension, and you can even go on off-road roads without any problem with this car. So it's really versatile, and it does deliver on that driving experience as well. It's not a heavy wobbly SUV as many others are. It's quite a firm experience when you drive it. This car, as it stands here, fully equipped, 101,980 Swiss francs. But you can actually buy it also quite nicely equipped, but without, for instance, the FSD package for 89,995. And if you compare that to the competitors, you can say that after the price reductions that Tesla made in the last 12 months, it is 30 to 50% cheaper than the competitors from BMW and Audi. And compared to the Mercedes EQS, it's in fact almost half the price. So I guess the elephant in the room is always the Tesla quality. And to be very honest, in the first years of production, it wasn't very good. The gaps between the panels were just enormous. Now, over the time, Tesla has improved, of course, the software part of the cars also for the Model X, but they also put a lot of effort into improving the build quality, improving also the quality of the perceived cabin quality. And today, I would say it is a mature product. It does deliver quite well on its promise, but the quality is still not at that level you would expect from a 100,000 Swiss franc car. If you compare to the German brands, there is still a step or two for Tesla to go. Tesla gives you a 4-year warranty up to 80,000 kilometers. And for the battery, they give you an 8-year warranty up to 240,000 kilometers. So you are quite well covered, and Tesla is also normally quite flexible when things go wrong with the car. Now, some of the issues that you have with the Model X, based on the experience of owners over the last few years. First of all, let's talk about the Falcon wing door. This is a very fancy looking door, and I haven't met anyone who isn't fascinated by the way it looks. But the price is that it is quite complicated, and you will have to maintain it. Every 18 months or so, you'll have to change the rubber sealings, and some of the motors will have to be changed as well after some time. I mean, that is not abnormal for a car that you have to change these things, but for sure here you'll have to spend a little bit of money over time. Second thing is you will experience maybe some cracking noises from the suspension. So you may have to change the suspension mounts or some of the bearings over time. But again, this is not something that would not happen on other cars, other brands, but it is more likely to happen on your Tesla Model X. So third thing, the paint quality and some of the corrosion problems that you may experience. On this car, I have not found any issues with the paint. It seems to be rather thick and well executed. But corrosion may be an issue on this car, like on any other car as well. So do look around the doors. Do look at the spoiler on the rear hatch and everything where you have stone chippings. The Tesla is just a normal car and it will also have corrosion issues. The fourth thing I want to mention is the fit and finish, how the panels are put together. Is it perfect? No, it is not perfect. And other brands, particularly the German brands or the Japanese brands, they do a better job in terms of quality and fit and finish. But will it disturb the normal Tesla customer? I don't think so, because they put emphasis on other parts of the vehicle, like the powertrain efficiency, the infotainment system and the whole experience. So yes, it is not perfect, but it compensates in other areas. All brands have their part of problems with electronics, and Tesla also is no exception here. Tesla generally, however, will fix them rather quickly. So it's okay, but do expect to take your car to the Tesla workshop a few times over the lifetime. In terms of design, the Tesla Model X has a kind of a organic design. I don't think it is particularly beautiful. I personally would say I like the Model S better than the Model X, but the Falcon wing doors do have a wow effect. And overall, the car holds up quite well after 8 years in the marketplace. So it is not the most wonderful looking car, but in terms of functionality, the Model X does deliver really well. There's a lot of space in the car. So I think most people will be happy with that. So having said that, one of the highlights of the facelifted version of the X, like this one, is the new interior that Tesla has made. And that is quite a stunner, and it is much better than the first years of the product. So let's have a look at the Model X inside. It is a really nice premium place to be. Got Alcantara parts, you got the vegan leather parts, the seats are really nice front and rear. And of course you have enormous space for your knees, for your shoulders, for your head. And entry and exit of the vehicle, because of the Falcon wing doors, is just really easy. In terms of seat combination, I think this is the best version. This is a 7-seater, 2 free and 2 in the rear. And there you get the maximum space, enough cargo space, because you can fold the seats. You can also fold the center seats. And you have the 2 captain seats up in the front that are really comfortable for long trips. So this is where Tesla has probably made the biggest improvement over the early models of the Model X. First of all, the stereo system is amazing. It's got 22 speakers and it sounds fantastic. This version has the normal steering wheel, and I really like that. It is much better than the yoke steering wheel. What it doesn't have are stalks, so you have to work with the indicators on the steering wheel, including the horn and the wiper and so on. But yeah, it will work okay after some time when you get used to it. The finish is really good. You got wood finish combined with aluminium. The vegan leather I like. It looks okay, and it will hold up really well over time. You have lots of storage. You have 2 charging places for your mobile phone. They will charge inductively. This is very flexible. You can move the cup holders. You can put a lot of stuff into the center console. And all in all, I think it is very practical. And it looks quite good as well, and the quality is very good. In terms of efficiency, I'm quite impressed with the Model X. I mean, this is a big car. It weighs 2.4 tons approximately. And the consumption, I realized during the first 600 kilometers approximately, is 18.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, which is actually beating by some margin both the Mercedes EQS SUV, the BMW iX, and certainly by a large distance the Audi Q8 e-tron. So this Model X is the normal Model X. It has 685 horsepower, 504 kilowatt. The acceleration, I did a test, 4.4 seconds to 100 kilometers from zero, and Tesla is promising 3.9 seconds, but that would be in drag strip mode. I've used the insane mode. You also have a sport mode and a chill mode. Those two would be slower than the insane mode. So that acceleration test, 4.4 seconds, in my opinion, is pretty fast, and that is what really counts. I don't think the drag strip mode is really that interesting. Driving the Model X is a really comfortable experience. It is, of course, very fast. It's also quite firm, but it is really comfortable. The noise level is fairly low, not as low as some of the other big SUVs like the Mercedes or the Audi Q8 e-tron, but it is very nice to drive. It is rock solid on the road, and it gives you a really solid feel as well. Everything seems well built in the car, and that is something that was a problem earlier for Tesla, but since 2021, when this model was launched, they really got a grip of that quality feel that the car is giving you. So I put the car mostly in auto for suspension. That gives a really comfortable ride. You can also choose comfort mode, and in this case I programmed the car to always go into comfort damping if I'm in autopilot mode. In terms of the steering, I put the steering mode into standard. For me, that is the best compromise for the car. It's firm, and yet it's still light when you maneuver the car. What concerns the interior quality of the Tesla Model X, I really think they made a lot of progress, and I don't see a big difference between the top German brands and the Tesla Model X anymore. Tesla has made a really good job of making the interior look both premium and giving you a high quality feel. When you activate the full self-driving, you can press this button. You can program it to be once or twice. You have to press it. You push it, and then it will accelerate, go up. You can let the steering wheel go if you want, but you can also just let it drive and put your hand on it. So now if you want to make a lane change, what you can do, press the indicator left, just let it know that you want to change your lane, and it goes to the left lane. It will go up to 120 kilometers automatically. Now we're going to turn off in a second, so I'll do a lane change again to the right. So indicator, small touch, lane change, and the car will just pick up the lane and stay right in the middle. It really works well. I've tried it more than 50 times over the last few days, and now Tesla, in my opinion, has nailed that part of the self-driving function. So that brings me to the conclusion after having driven the Tesla Model X for 10 days and about 1,000 kilometers. Overall, the car delivers on a number of parameters. The technology is cutting edge. The efficiency of the car is really impressive. There's no other product in this segment that can compete with that. Interior quality is fine, really as you would expect from a car in this price range. The interior space is very ample. There's a lot of flexibility in the car, and overall it is a really nice car to drive as well. So what is my verdict after having driven the car? Well, I give the Tesla Model X 3.5 stars. And that is in spite of all its qualities, because the fit and finish of the car, the way the panels have been put together, just doesn't allow me to give it 4 stars. But apart from that, it is a really nice vehicle, and I would not hesitate to recommend a friend or you to have a look at it or even buy the Tesla Model X. I really like the car. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please comment, please share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mobility Insider. Thank you.